Army Cadet 1-star training, navigation. Ispec 7, estimating distance on the ground. Navigation revision. How big is the extra grid applied over a standard grid square to find a 6-figure grid reference? 10 squares by 10 squares. What area is covered by a 4-figure grid reference? 1 kilometre by 1 kilometre, or 1,000 metres by 1,000 metres. What area is covered by a 6-figure grid reference? 100 metres by 100 metres. What tools can you use to work out a 6-figure grid reference? A compass or a roamer. To work out a grid reference, do you use eastings then northings or northings then eastings? Eastings then northings. Remember, along the corridor, then up the stairs. This lesson, Ispec 7, estimating distance on the ground. Aim. By the end of this lesson, you will know how to estimate distance on the ground by using your eyes, by pacing and by timing. Introduction. Being able to estimate distance when navigating is an important skill to learn. You can already estimate distances on a map, but when you're following a route, you must be able to translate it onto the ground if needed. It can really help when finding locations in poor light or when finding a specific track or path when there are several in the same general area. Estimating distance using the eye, by unit of measure. When judging how far away something is, it's useful to remember how large certain common items are so you can imagine how many of those items would fit into the distance you are trying to estimate. For example, a car, approximately 5 metres, bus or coach, 15 metres, aeroplane, 50 metres, football pitch, 100 metres. Remember, 1 centimetre is 10 millimetres, 1 metre is 100 centimetres, and 1 kilometre is 1,000 metres. Estimating distance using the eye by appearance. Understanding how things appear as they get further away can also help you estimate distance. Below is a guide to how a person looks at different distances. 100 metres is clear, 200 metres fairly clear with skin colour and equipment easily identifiable, 300 metres clear body outline and skin colour but other details blurred, 400 metres body outline clear but everything else is blurred, 500 metres body begins to taper and the head becomes indistinct, 600 metres body now looks wedge-shaped and head cannot be identified. Conditions affecting appearance. Objects seem closer. When the sun is shining bright behind you, the object you're looking at is much bigger than other things nearby. There is dead ground or open space between you and the object. The object is higher up than you. Objects seem further away when there is bad light or sun in your eyes. The object is smaller than other things around them. You're looking across a valley or down a street, or you're lying down. Aids to judging distance. Key ranges. Knowing how far certain key locations are in your view. Bracketing. Estimate the maximum and minimum distance and take the midpoint. i.e., if you think an object is a maximum of 300 metres away but a minimum of 100 metres, use 200 metres as your estimate. Halving. For longer distances, work out a distance to a halfway point and then double it to get your distance. Group average. In a group, get everyone's estimate and then take the average. Estimating distance using pacing. This is normally a practical lesson to work out how many paces we take when walking 100 metres, so we can use that to judge how far we've walked. To do this, we measure out 100 metres. We walk naturally from start to end using double pacing, counting every other step as shown below. Complete this 4 times, then divide by 4 to get an average. This is the number of paces that you take when walking 100 metres. Note that different terrain, weather conditions, hills and weight of equipment carried will affect your pacing. Estimating distance using timing. This is a practical lesson to work out how long it takes you to walk 100 metres. You can then easily multiply the timings to find out how long it would take you to walk other distances. 1. Measure out 100 metres. 2. Walk naturally from start to end, timing how long it takes. 3. Complete this 4 times and divide by 4 to get an average. As with pacing, different terrain, weather conditions, hills, injuries and weight of equipment carried will affect your timing. The average walking pace for most people is around 4 to 5 kilometres per hour, so these can also be used to make good estimates when planning routes. Here's a table to show this. Walking at 4 kilometres an hour, 5 kilometres would take 75 minutes. 4 kilometres, 60 minutes. 1 kilometre is therefore 15 minutes. 500 metres, 7.5 minutes. 250 metres, less than 4 minutes. And 100 metres would take 1.5 minutes. At 5 kilometres per hour, 5 kilometres would take 60 minutes. 4 kilometres, 48 minutes. 1 kilometre, 12 minutes. 500 metres, 6 minutes. 250 metres, 3 minutes. And 100 metres in under a minute. As with pacing, different terrain, weather conditions, hills, injuries and weight of equipment carried will affect your timing. Summary. You now know how to estimate distance on the ground by using your eyes, by pacing and by timing. Practice and confirmation. What are the 3 ways we can estimate distance on the ground? By eye, pacing and timing. What does 100 centimetres also equal? 1 metre. Name other means to judge distances by appearance. Key ranges, bracketing, halving, group average. How do you calculate your pacings? Use double pacing over 100 metres. Use average of 4 goes.